Alright everyone, then let's unwrap our tree. The trunk, obviously, for now. The tree trunk is actually very easy to unwrap and very quick, believe it or not, because we are not going to use panels. You can use panels if you want to, and that gives the same result, but because of its cylindrical shape, we can, very symmetrical all around, actually 360. It's like a glass, or a tube or a cylinder. We can do a different type of unwrapping, believe it or not. We can go to Create UVs and select Cylindrical Mapping right here. And that will give us that. Alright, which is obviously much too big, so let's scale it down until we get something decent. So to make sure we get something decent, we need to apply a shader before. So we're going to apply a new Lambert. And we are going to put in the Lambert right here the checker, our good old checker, to see how it reacts. And it looks pretty good, actually. We might have to do a little bit of checking right here. You see right here we have a little bit of a seam situation, but first, to make sure it looks good, we are going to check out with a smaller checker. So we go to the Hypershade, select that checker we just built right here, double click on the placement of it, and change that for, let's say, 50, and that one for 50 also. Alright, it's much better now. Alright, we are pretty much seamless. We have a little bit of a, it looks pretty good. Alright, so let's just select it, go back to the window, UV texture editor. It's right here. We can say it, right click, select the UVs, move them right here. It's a little bit big, so let's scale it down a little bit. Right here, and let's make sure they are square right here, as much as we can. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're gonna export that. So right click, select it, go to polygon, alright, and UV snapshot right there. Select your folder, give it a name, alright, and save it. Make sure it's PNG so we can have transparency of it. Make the size proper, a power of 2, very important. And UV range, obviously 0 to 1 as usual. Click on OK. And now go to Photoshop. In Photoshop, right here, that's my map. I'm gonna actually open the new one. That's the seamless texture of a tree trunk, a palm tree. I'm not gonna use the original picture. It wasn't big enough in quality to do that, and I didn't like it so much. So I got something I like better that would fit better the mood I wanted and a higher quality. So let me open first, and that will show you that you can really use whatever you want in Reality. It's important to understand that. So I go right here. That's my UV map. It's hard to see because there's no background under it. So let's create a layer right here. Drop it under it, drag it and drop it under it. And let me change from pattern to foreground and fill it up with some dark gray so we can see what's going on. Let's make a little selection of that layer. Right here. Invert your selection. And then take the square and make sure in the boolean it's subtract. And right here, subtract the top from the bottom, so you get only the bottom. Make a new layer, drop it under it, and now in the bucket, change your option from foreground to patterns, and select the seamless patterns you created. Alright, you already know how to do that. I'm not going to show you that. You've done that many times in the previous class. So let's click on it right here, and let's fill it up right there. Okay, now I'm going to simply redo a selection of the whole thing right here, and then inverse it again. And this time I'm going to subtract the bottom one because I already got it working. Alright, I'm going to keep the top only, and in the same layer I'm going to fill it with the pattern of the top that I've created right here. Okay, seamless patterns, and then I deselect that right here, make sure this is invisible, and I'm gonna actually fuse those two together or meld them together by using the actual healing brush. So I select the healing brush, sample, and start, adding stuff. You catch the drift, you guys. Until I got it set up properly. Well, good enough for right now, the sample. Then I'm going to save as. I'm going to save it as a pretty good format, you guys. So I'll do it Palm Trunk color. Alright, and I keep it as a TIFF. I don't want the layers, so I save. I don't want it to be compressed either, and all is good. Now I go back in Maya, and I'm gonna get a new shader on it. So right click, I say assign Boolean or Lambert. Actually, Lambert. There's no reflection on the tree, and then in its color map, I am gonna go select the checker. Oh, sorry, apologize. The checker I've already done that. In its color map, I'm going to put the file right here, and where is it? Right, no. As you can see, there's tons of them, just for fun. Right here, and open it up right here, and as you can see, we have our palm tree, nice tree trunks, nice and clean. All right, that worked pretty well. Now we just have to make the leaf with the branches, which I'll show you in another video, and then you're ready to go. Alright, that one doesn't have any bottom, so if you want to create any bottom, basically, just spread it out like that a little bit. It's okay, and then you're gonna have that ready to go. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Thank you.